Hi Gemini, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of the 7th to the 13th of February, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, per usual, general weekly read. So just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. But as well, thank you in advance for your likes, your comments, and if you're new to the channel, your subscriptions. Welcome to this beautiful Gemini tribe. But as well, to book a personal reading with myself, the options are down below in the description box. They're very affordable. To get your personal reading, just reach out via email and I'll get that started for you. All right. And more importantly, the overall message. Oh, don't forget to stick with me till the very end of the reading to get an answer to your yes or no question. The overall message for you, Gemini, for this upcoming week, excuse me, it's up to you. It's up to you. All right. Let's put this to the side. And we're going to begin by pulling a message or two in overall focus, if you will, from the Starseed Oracle deck. Let's shuffle this way first. For my lovely Geminis to begin for the 7th to the 13th of February 2022. Going with just this one. Actually, your life is a canvas. Bear with me as we found the right one. With your life as a canvas, it's talking about being an artist, manifestation, creative accountability. In all the meanwhile, this is truly relevant for your reading for your week. Going back to the overall message, it's up to you to view your life, your situation as a blank canvas, to recognize that you can do it your way. You can paint over it and start fresh when you feel need be. You can rewrite your story, if you will. You can figure out what changes need to come to be, and basing that off of your own intuition, what you feel is right within. And of course, you know, keep an open ear for other people's judgments and opinions, but it doesn't mean what you feel should be discarded, right? It's your life, and that's a huge message this week. A huge focus as well on overcoming certain obstacles, finding certain creative solutions, taking accountability for what's happened up until this point, and therefore being honest with oneself and just treading forward in a way that feels most realistic. I'm seeing a mountain in this imagery here. It feels like at this time throughout this week in general, there's a mountain you need to overcome, but you have the strength within to do it, okay? Excuse me, as there is a focus on clearing your throat chakra and getting your voice out there, okay? But I'm hearing your life as a canvas. Just don't forget that throughout this week, all right? Spirituality will definitely be a present situation in your life throughout this week, especially if it hasn't been up until this point. To continue from the Light Seers deck for my lovely Geminis. Bear with me. We have 4 that came out to begin, okay? So with the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, you're finding as if there's a level of conflict within your mind. You're dealing with a never-ending battle within a situation. It may feel as if you pick yourself back up and it feels like you just fall back down, right? Or certain issues, difficulties weigh you down all the meanwhile. Feeling a bit burnt out in the process. Feeling like some struggles in your life at this time or conflicts you're dealing with are leaving you feeling more wounded or more depleted than you should be, right? You wake up on the right side of the bed and some obstacles take place, but it's needing to view it as something you can overcome. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's up to you to keep persevering, right? Excuse me, as my voice keeps struggling throughout your reading, but I'm hearing it's purposeful. Do not give up. It's a week where with the Hangman and the 7 of Swords, you're feeling quite secretive, but you could be dealing with a lot of noise, someone who likes to raise their voice potentially, or just feeling like you're in the spotlight at a period of your life, you're on your path where you want to keep things secretive, where you don't want to sort of rustle any feathers or don't want to overcomplicate your situation with all those judgments and opinions, maybe even criticism coming in, but it feeling quite hard to do so. For some of you, especially within a living situation, but all the meanwhile, just feeling like you need to adjust your perspective. For some of you, on who you feel you should tell, right? If there's somebody you usually update your when it comes to your when it comes to where you're moving next or what you want to change, you may want to reconsider, hold back at this time. It's a week to use your discrepancy to your advantage. It's a week to travel lightly. You're going to see a lot of feathers, a reminder of how spiritually connected you are, okay? Let's continue pulling. With the Ten of Cups, there is a focus on your happily ever after and your happiness in general. I need to remember that even in the midst of this chaos, conflict, or feeling a bit depleted or wounded once again, you deserve this happiness, this happily ever after, this perfect or ideal situation family-wise, or this endpoint that you foresee as ideal for you, okay? And don't let anybody convince you otherwise, as I do feel like you're dealing with a lot this week with the Page of Wands, a feeling of certain anxieties coming to be. You need to watch your energy levels, how your energy, your way of being is affected. Your emotions are affected when you're around or wrapped up with certain people or a situation, and therefore separate yourself or minimize its role in your week if you can, all right? Or find certain positive coping mechanisms. But with the King of Swords coming out as well, it feels as if a lot of you need to stay strong once again, to remember how much you've learned and gained over time, to move towards what you deserve, a change in perspective, a change in your life in general, a new image for yourself, while just implementing certain adjustments that you feel are necessary outside of that, okay? I hope that came out the right way, but it feels like you just have so much going on in your head around you, coping with a lot, that it may be hard to sort through your thoughts at this time. Don't force it, okay? It may not be that simplistic when you're sort of going to work or running your business, but just do your best, as once again, I just see feathers being quite present in your week, and another mountain imagery coming through. In the midst of you trucking along, you'll see a lot of messages, synchronicities, and reminders that you can make the best until the best, okay? And I do feel like you need more nature in your life if Mother Nature allows it where you're at, okay? There is a lot of travel in your future. You'll be reminded of that this week. The Knight of Wands. I'm hearing put your sword away. It's not your battle to fight, or you shouldn't allow for yourself to feel the need to escalate a situation to where it doesn't need to go, okay? I need to keep that passion alive, to once again remember Gemini's way is going to persevere. It's going to lead you to overcoming where you're at and reaching your potential, exceeding it. It's going to prove some people wrong, but all the meanwhile, you're going to find that it's time for you to walk away from the conflict, the never-ending battle, what stresses you out and makes you feel sort of weighed down or burdened, and move towards the sun, all right? Move towards the happiness that you deserve, period. Going back to that Ten of Cups, to not lose sight of that ideal lifestyle for yourself or that perfect situation, and just keep moving towards it and sort of plowing through the difficulties all the meanwhile. And with the Four of Pentacles, but have a gentle touch when need be. Be strategic, okay? With the Four of Pentacles, allowing yourself to remember that you do have more control than you think, right? And it's not all about having control per se. It's about sort of recognizing that your situation is in your hands, your world is in your hands, right? The ball's in your court. As long as you view it that way and you manifest what you're moving towards, I do feel like you forget at times that it's your life, and you can sort of, again, paint it how you wish. And I need to adjust your perspective on your money if you feel like you need to sort of hold on to it oh so tightly to the point where there's no flow in and out, all right? Potentially an adjustment in your relationship with money itself. Either way, that's a small, a hint of the week, if you will. But again, with the Knight of Cups, I do feel like you're keeping certain passions that you're going after, potentially a passionate change, to yourself. Very, very key at this time. You may not, again, want to overcomplicate things, or don't want people to sort of convince you to sort of put it to a halt, or just put yourself at a, to stop oneself, right? You don't want them to convince you to not go after what you're going after at this time. With the Emperor and the High Priestess, it's a week where you're pushed to keep planning, keep developing, keep creating, to remember that you're very spiritually connected all the meanwhile. it does feel like you're very, very analytical as to where you're moving next. But there's a level of creativity, once again, magic that you sort of need to pair with that analytical way of approaching things, that there's no perfect equation to acquiring that happily ever after or the exit that you deserve at this time. You just need to remember that that sort of gives off potentially the wrong vibe to the universe and a need to just release that need for perfection at times and just create, develop, move towards what you feel naturally guided towards, and trust that intuition all the meanwhile, once again. And with the High Priestess, you're going to get a lot of downloads, especially through your dreams. Pay attention to them if you remember them. It'll be in regards to the success when it comes to what you want to give birth to, okay? Even if that's more than one thing. And as we pull one last and final card, stay peaceful, stay grounded, or reground yourself if need be. And remember, it's all up to you as you repaint your life, I want to say, once again, and you allow yourself to keep that creativity and passion alive and just simply do it Gemini's way. All right? Let's answer your yes or no question. For Gemini, as you can see, the answer for your question is no. I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And to book a personal reading, just reach out via email. I'll get that started for you, definitely. And I hope you have the most amazing week. Sending you so much love and light. And I'll definitely see you next time. Bye, Gemini.